Hello. Today we will be reading from Bluffton Weekly Chronicle, January 8th, year of 1880. Today's content will be very traumatic, heartbreaking, explicit in nature. If you have children around or you just can't handle reading such content, please stop. Telegraphs from the year of 1880. St. Johnsburg, December 30th. George Noyes, aged 21 years, died today from the effects of chloroform administered by a dentist before extracting a tooth. Little Rock, Arkansas, December 30th. At Calf Creek, Erie County, the boiler of Benjamin Taylor's sawmill exploded, killing instantly his son-in-law, Wade Campbell, Wade Griffin, Kennedy, and Bert Woodward. Campbell was blown about 30 feet through the top of an apple tree. One of his hands was found 75 yards distant. Griffin was literally torn to pieces, and the other two not so badly mangled. The supposed cause of the affair was the inexperience of Campbell, who was temporarily acting as engineer. Burlington, Iowa, December 31st. A double tragedy occurred this afternoon in the city. J.R. Woodward, son of ex-mayor Woodward, shot and instantly killed his brother-in-law, E.M. Price. As soon as he found Price was killed, he went to the other end of the room and, placing the pistol to his own head, fired with fatal result. The affair occurred in a barber shop, in one corner of which Woodward had a railroad ticket broker's office. Quite a number of persons were present, but were unable to interfere in time. The tragedy grew out of domestic difficulties. Los Angeles, December 31st. Today, a woman named Reynolds deliberately drowned her daughter, 7 years old, in a pool of water. She is supposed to be insane. Boston, December 31st. The death of Mrs. Helen Ward continues to be the subject of universal comment. The daughter, who it is thought shot her mother, will probably remaining in jail until January 7th, when an examination will occur. The medical examiner made an autopsy upon the body of Mrs. Ward today, which disclosed the fact that 2 shots were fired, one of them fracturing but not entering the skull at the forehead, the other entering behind the ear, passing into the brain, producing a fatal result. The bullet at the brain was extracted, and a flattened bullet, which undoubtedly caused the wound on the forehead, was found on the floor of the room. This discovery involves the case in deep mystery, as the gentleman who loaded the revolver expressly for their protection states he left the chamber unloaded for the hammer to rest in as a protection against a premature explosion, and the revolver as found shows but 2 empty chambers. The friends of the parties testified to the affectionate relations existing between the mother and daughter, and no motive for the deed has yet been discovered. St. Petersburg, December 31st. The Through Express on the Iowa and Minnesota division of the Chicago, Milwaukee, and St. Paul Railroad this forenoon was 3 hours late reaching Mendota Junction near the city, and while running at a rather high speed on a high embankment along the Mississippi River, a rail broke, and 3 coaches, including a sleeping car, left the track. The sleeper broke the coupling and rolled down the embankment to the river, a distance of 60 feet. But the fall was somewhat broken by the Sioux City track halfway down the descent. The car was smashed to pieces, and the 6 passengers it contained were taken up insensible. It was at first thought 1 or more were killed, but all are alive at the present time, though seriously injured. No one was seriously hurt. Fall River, Massachusetts, January 4th. George Kisenet, a French boy aged 3 years, was this morning frozen to death in a swamp near the city. The child has wandered away from home and became lost in the streets, and on Tuesday last was picked up by the police, but slipped unnoticed from the station. And though active search was made, it was unavailable until today, when the body was discovered. Thank you very much for listening. Have a wonderful day.